Galaxy Buds Pros are out. The question is, should you buy them or should you buy one of these? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nico Sorrentis, and today we're reviewing these two lovely buds, the Galaxy Buds Lives and, of course, the Galaxy Bud Pluses. Why are we doing this? Well, because the Pros were just released, and the question is, do you really want to be spending an arm and a leg for something that might not be at the par that it should be for that price point? And the reason I'm saying this is because I've looked at a lot of reviews even before they came out. Digital Slang has a whole bunch of videos, and I'll list them below. Now, again, firmwares are coming out. There's going to be a lot of changes to them as time goes on. I mean, even like these that I've had for what, a couple months now, have been, updated like a million times. It's the most annoyingest thing in the world. Update, 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 update. I'm not complaining because there is an update, and there means they're making the product better. However, the question then becomes, the reviews that were not so great, when will they be great and when is it worth buying? And that's subjective. Now, when I'm looking at what they've done on the upgrades, yes, the upgrades to these Bud Pluses are great. And what we're seeing is, a comparison that should have been in these versions from the Buds to the Bud Pluses, but they got it on the Pros, and it kind of seems like, yeah, they've done some stuff that kind of like they mixed and they tested it out here first, and now they're moving it over here. But that, that's just my stupid thoughts. So let's look at why you'd probably want to go with these, and let's talk about these first, and then do a little comparison as we go. These lives are great. They fit in your ear nicely, and of course, comfort is the first thing on the list for me. And you can like literally when you put these in here. They stay in there and you can sleep on them. You have no issues with them. When you want the active noise cancellation on, it's not the best, but it does the job. The ambient noise aspect on the app, it's all great. Like I don't have any complaints with it. Buds Pluses, honestly, they do the job. Except one thing with the comfort. And I mentioned this in the original video when I did the walkthrough of that review there. When it sits in my ear, that pressure builds up and I've noticed it getting worse. Um Not in a bad way, but just in a more of a prolonged way. I don't know. It's so weird. I think, and that's only when the sound is not there. When the sound is on, you can wear these all day. You don't have an issue. It's just when the sound is off. Now, I've tried all this stuff on the app. I've done everything I could to adjust. I mean, it is what it is. Now, the way we're looking at the new Buds Pros and what has been described from all the reviews is that you're going to get a, better comfort. It looks like it's going to be more comfortable. Now, they do look like they're a little bit bigger, but they're pretty much the same. The idea here again becomes, how did they redesign to fit, the extra technology in there, and these like little fins that they have. I don't know what the name of it is, but they're a little bit bigger. They're designed just a tad bigger. So, yeah, they look great. It's awesome. And, is it worth the money? Don't know. We don't have it in our hands yet. However, from the reviews, it seems like it is. Now, on the other end, when we're looking at quality usability, of course, quality and usability, it comes down to how are these built, and they're built the same way. These two are the same. You're going to get what you expect for the price point you're paying for, and now they're on sale, so even better. The idea becomes, which ones do you really think is more for you? Now, when I'm looking at these, when I originally went for these after I had bought these pluses, the lives just looked interesting, and I wanted to see if they would be something that I could wear. I like them. They're nice. I would recommend them to people. So don't get me wrong, I would. The thought goes on usability. And usability is the fact that, with these, I find the battery is better, and that might be because of the active noise cancellation, but the battery is better, and I find that ambient noise is a little bit more profound on it, if that is even how you could describe that. Now, at the same time, we're looking at it as the most important aspect, and that is part of that usability, bringing us into the most important thing for me. I talk about 2 to 3,000 minutes on the phone. I know it's a lot. However, I do. And I need good sounding quality calls on the other side. I need people to like to talk to me and not be like, oh, I don't know if I want to continue this phone call because this is so bloody annoying. So, you know, you would think with the active noise cancellation, the experience would be great on both ends, but it's not. It's not as good as the pluses. Beats me. They both have similar technology with the microphones. They both have that aspect of being able to control the app. I mean, there's so many good things about them, and it's not like it's real big difference. It's just you do get that tingy noise here, especially if you have the active noise cancellation on, and of course you do get that aspect of when you're calling different phones. Like we tried it with a whole bunch of phones, and the iPhone was they kept hearing a tinging sound. I don't know why. Now with the Samsungs, people didn't even know I was in the car. I do my test on the car. I roll it the window down an inch and another inch, and I test it to see if people can hear me if I'm in the car. And these did a better job than these lives. So the pluses, hands down, for something like that, win. And for phone calls and all that, they win. Now, in the reviews that I saw, especially with Digital Slang, he went into it and he was like, "Hey, these have, the pros have a better um base to them than the pluses." I don't know what that means. I hear this all the time. I've tested so many earbuds in my lifetime, so many headphones in my lifetime. Okay. And when somebody says stuff like it just kind of like, hugs your, the sound, the bass hugs the sound. I don't actually know what that means. To me, it sounds a little bit better. Whenever somebody's been creative with saying stuff, it's not like, it's not specific, it's just, to that person, but it's just like whenever somebody does that, I'm like, oh, it sounds kind of the same. Now, I've gone through it from like the, low end to the super high end headphones, and I can see the difference. That, yes. But when they're like, from 100 to $400 headphones, I don't hear the difference that much. Yes, it's there. I get it, but it's not changing my, like, it's not life alternating that I'm like, oh my god, my life has just changed. So I'm not thinking the price point is going to be that for me with the new pros. The active noise cancellation, I think he's totally right, and I think like everybody else who's talked about it, they're probably going to do a firmware to make them better. However, they're not competing at par with the Apple, which, if 4 or 5 reviewers say that, I'm gonna go trust them with that, especially with active noise cancellation. You can really test that. However, everything else they're saying is pretty much similar. You do get that waterproof, quote unquote. It's IX7, 1 meter drop in the water. So I mean, you do get that bonus, but is it worth the money? And I mean, these will go out on the market, and we know, the pros will go out in the market, and then these will still stay in the market. You will see the sales, and as these pluses aren't around anymore for stock, you will see the pros drop in price, and by the end of the year, they will be at a similar price point on sale for like $150, and you're gonna say, hey, should I try them there if you were to keep one of these, and then you'll have two at the end of the day, or you're just gonna go with the flow and get the new ones. Now, if you're getting a new phone, guess what? You're gonna have those too. Great. But like the question is it really needed? And if I see more reviews, I will probably pull the trigger. If I'm just sitting there and I get jealous, I'll probably pull the trigger. If I just feel like, hey, you know what? Why am I wasting my time, energy, thinking about it? Let's just buy it and go with it. I'll probably, buy it and do it and pull the trigger. I won't feel bad about what I just said. I will do a review, of course, because I've done these videos and I've started doing this. So why not? But these are just some thoughts here. Do you really need it? Do we really need to go spend the money? Is this does this get the job done, especially for somebody that is in business, somebody that is doing stuff, they're always moving and they need their hands available and they need to have the best opportunity to do them without having to worry about their phone calls, about their music, about everything. Yeah, these take care of it. The lives, they also take care of it. For talking, not as good as these, but hey, they do the job. So why not? Now, a lot of people will say, well, the new ones are coming out, so they're gonna have like 5.1 Bluetooth and blah 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 blah. there's always going to be a little bit better technology. Is it worth it? You know, for the price point right now, with everybody saying what they're saying, do I really want to sit there waiting 4 months for updates to happen? That's the question. Do I really want to wait? Now, I want to hear your opinions. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. What are you doing? Why are you going to pull the trigger? And why? And of course, you know, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hear the reviews from the Bud Lives and, of course, the Bud Pluses.